to be motivated and inspired. It is time to connect with Caroline's Motivational Television, CMTV.
Mandalo, my baby. Montez on the beat, baby. Hi everyone. Today we're going to be talking about scammers who have no conscience. Okay, so that was Montez on the beat. Scammers have no conscience when they're dealing with somebody. Have you ever received a phone call from an unknown number, and when you pick up the phone, nobody is talking in the background? You know, when you make a phone call to somebody, you're expecting that when you say hello, they say something. But when you pick up your phone and you say hello, nobody says anything. They want you to continue talking. Sometimes you receive phone calls from Australia, Somalia, random countries that you have no relatives from. And sometimes they warn you on the phone, you're receiving this call because you're owing somebody, you have to make a payment right now. These scammers, sometimes when you actually get people on the phone, because most of the time when you have these random ones, it's like an automated message and they're telling you or giving you instructions on what to do. When you actually meet a scammer on the phone, I bet you these people have a sweet tongue. They have sugar-coated tongues.
I really want to come around this Christmas so I can come and see you.
What about the flight ticket that your friend buy for you?
Yeah, my friend booked the flight ticket. I'm not hearing from my friend anymore. It's really hard times here, baby. I'm trying to video chat with you so you can see me, but the camera is not working properly. I don't know.
It say right here the camera is off, baby.
Can you see me now? Oh my God, I love you, baby. I'm gonna call you back. I gotta call you back, okay, baby? Yeah. Oh my God, that's my tits. I'm gonna call you back later tonight so we can have fun, okay?
Okay, baby.
Alright, love you. Bye.
When they are speaking to you, the goal is to convince you to make sure that you buy whatever they say. They use all type of languages. They will give you the packages, whatever thing they're trying to entice you with, they will give you exactly what you would love to have. If it's something they're selling, they will give you at such a cheap price. If it's something they're offering, they will offer it for you as if you mean the world to them. They make you feel so special. And most often, they're only telling you the things that they know you're going to be interested in and you're going to fall for it. They tell you exactly just what you want to hear. If you're that one person, for example, you're struggling to make ends meet and you want a vacation so badly, you receive a phone call and they're offering you a very cheap ticket to go to the place of your dream. You may be tempted to buy that ticket because under normal circumstances, you can never afford the cost of that ticket. I received a phone call one time and they were just like, well, we're calling you because you visited this mall in this northern side of wherever and you made a purchase there. So we entered your name for this draw and we want to let you know that you've won a Rolls Royce. We want to let you know that you won this car and we want you to come over to claim it. And I said, where am I claiming it? But first of all, I want to know exactly which mall you're talking about. They couldn't tell me the exact mall that they're talking about. They will just name a vast area that may be under your catchment area. It may be where you live or around where you live, that it must have been somewhere that you've once visited. Sometimes it could be a coincidence that you visited that mall. Sometimes not. So I played along. I've never been to the mall that they were talking about, but I played along because I had heard about these people. I stayed on the phone and they asked me they gave me exactly where I'm supposed to come, and they're telling me that when I'm coming, I should know that the location where they are is very far from the city. It's accessible only by car. Like, I can't use public transportation because the location is too far, secluded, that I cannot come with somebody else. I have to be by myself. If I am coming with somebody else, I have to let them know that I'm coming with somebody else, and that when I arrive at that facility, I'm going to deposit my purse somewhere and then walk through a double door where they're going to take my other belongings or whatever I have with me, and then I'm going to walk through another double door where I'm going to sit there to talk to whichever people. Telling me, so when you go in there, then they're going to make you sign some papers, and that's where they're going to give me my key. When you start hearing all of this, those are cues. Why should I come there alone? Why should I deposit my purse somewhere else and then go through double doors? I shouldn't tell anybody that I'm coming there. I shouldn't give the address to anybody else. It should be just me coming. And all these questions. And if I'm coming with somebody, they want to know exactly who that person is and why they are coming with me. Those are cues of you knowing that that is a scam. Because even if it's a warehouse, they will not have all these conditions to tell you that you shouldn't be doing all of this. You shouldn't be coming with your purse. You shouldn't come with any big bags. If you're coming with your purse, you're going to deposit your purse somewhere. What kind of security is that for something that you just randomly won? It's not even a car that you will say, okay, I'm going to General Motors, for example, to go pick this up. Or I'm going to Honda. I'm going to Mazda to pick this up. It's not a particular location. It's a random warehouse, secluded. They will cajole you, place all benefits to what they are offering you just to make sure that you fall for it. And the thing is, when they start talking to you, when they start telling you all of this and you give a listening ear, once you start listening to them and asking questions, they've got you. They know that you're paying attention, so they just maximize, they put in their gear. They use all the possible skills that they can use to make sure that they capture your attention and make sure that you spend. When something is too nice to be true, it is too nice to be true. And with all of this, who are usually the targets? The targets are usually the vulnerable individuals in society. Always the seniors, girls or women, children.
Do you try to target people that are not intelligent, or does it even matter? You're just looking for somebody with money?
Comment says they hit dating websites targeting widowers or divorcees using a profile often stolen from someone in the military.
Those who are desperate, if they know they're struggling with finances, those are their targets. And a lot of this vulnerable sector, they always fall victims to these thieves. So when these people start asking you for your personal information, know that something is wrong, because social security numbers, your identifications, your banking information, nobody can ask you that. Nobody from real institutions can ask you for those kind of information to share online or to share over the phone. Pay attention to those cues, and if possible, do not even continue with the conversation. Hang up the phone, because the more you stay on the phone, the more they try to convince you on what they are selling. Now, we may be thinking that scamming is just for money, but no, scamming is just not about money all the time. No, scamming can be in relationships. You can find yourself in a relationship where it's only a give situation.
I was looking for some companionship and friendship to explore Victoria. The man at the time was in America as an engineer, and he then supposedly went back to England where his home base was, and then he took a contract to Dubai. Once he was in Dubai, there came to be a lot of problems. Firstly, with his contract, he had miscalculated the amount of materials he needed for his particular job, and he was robbed, so lost that money. There's been a car accident and he's in hospital. It was only when he finally supposedly got on a plane back to England and the contact was cut at that point that I realised it actually had been a scam. I paid out over $260,000.
The other individual is only receiving. And when you bring that to the attention of the other individual, they use the sweet tongue to just cajole you and tell you all the nice things. It's always excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Those are cues that somebody is a scammer. So some do that just to invade your private space, your personal space, or they just want to crumple you. They've seen that you have a good heart and you freely give, and they just come into your life to destroy, to take without giving back anything. These relationship scammers, what they do, they give you with one hand and they take it right back with the other hand. So they will give you something in the morning, they will offer you a beautiful gift, especially money, and you will be so happy. Oh my goodness, they have changed. And guess what? By evening time or the very next day, if it takes them that long, they are telling you about a problem that they are facing, and you will be so sympathetic. When you're giving back that money, you will not even think that it is their money they're taking back. And sometimes it even ends up that you are giving even more than they gave to you.
Once I met him, I just kind of hid my profile on Plenty of Fish, and he said that he was a retired sailor. And then I looked at his profile and it said that he was widowed. So he told me he was starting this business and he had bought a whole bunch of boats for $1 million. And well, that's what he was going to get paid, $1 million once they were all delivered. And he went to Egypt. He said he would be gone for 2 weeks. And when he got there, they said that he needed 150 grand of American money to get these boats out of port. He was enticing. He told me, you know, how much he loved me and that I was his soulmate, and that once he got his $1 million, he would we would be together and he would take care of me. It was probably about 6 months, 7 months. He asked me to send him $10,000. I told him I did not have it. He asked me again a couple weeks later, and I told him the same answer. He did not give me much information about himself except for repeating the same words over and over again. And then as time went on, he would have a friend send the money to in my name for me to pick up, and then after I got the money, then he would ask me to buy him some Amazon cards, you know, and take out the numbers and send him the receipt and the cards.
That is how cunning they are. That is how slippery, conniving scammers are. And in all of this, reality usually sets in way too late. After you must have forgiven and tolerated so many times, then it dawns on you that actually this has been a scam all along. It's not going anywhere. The relationship is not going anywhere because the same thing keeps happening over and over again, and by the time you realize it, it's way too late. But I can tell you now that it's never too late to quit such relationships. You figure out that this is what is happening. If it's a trend that keeps happening, it's time for you to make a quick decision and get out of there, because it does not stop. With these scammers, they never give up. As long as they're getting what they want, they never give up. They keep trying over and over and over until you figure out yourself and give it up. Once they begin to realize that you are beginning to understand who they really are, once that happens, or once they succeed to get exactly what they were looking for from you, they disappear. They disappear. You try to call them on the phone, they're not available.
It was only when he finally supposedly got on a plane back to England and the contact was cut at that point that I realised it actually had been a scam.
You send emails, no response. You go to their homes, they're never there. Then you realize that you have been scammed. You don't even matter to them, because when they're moving on, they are moving on. Sometimes they go as far as threatening you. When they know that you already discovered who they are, they begin to raise their voices and they try to suppress you because they know that you can take action.
I kind of felt like, I was being scammed. He said, and then when I brought it up to his attention, he just got real angry and said that he wasn't a scammer.
A lot of scammers out there, especially during this time of Christmas. Many people will want to sell you packages that they know that you will love to take. Many people will want to use advantage. If you have a story about scamming that you would like to share with others, please comment at the bottom of the video so that others should be aware of it and take precautions and not get scammed. Let us help each other. Let us be our brother's keeper. Let us spread the word so everybody is alert, so they will know that we know their tricks, because scammers have no conscience. Thank you for watching Caroline's Motivational Television.